No group in America has been more harmed by Hillary Clinton's policies than African Americans. No group. No group. If Hillary Clinton's goal was to inflict pain on the African American community, she could not have done a better job. Disgrace. Tonight, I'm asking for the vote of every single African American citizen in this country who wants to see a better future.
Okay. Hello, everyone out there. This is my first video that I've ever done really publicly speaking on anything, but the last couple days there's been a lot of controversy or a lot of discussion centered around Donald Trump's comments about African Americans and him basically making his pitch to the African American voter, asking for his vote. I've seen a lot of videos from some ill-advised brothers out there making videos supporting Donald Trump and making a lot of claims that under Democrats' rule that African Americans continue to suffer, and I mean to some degree that is true, but all this talk it made me actually look up some of this information, and I was kind of surprised. I was reading an article, one of my favorite publications, The Economist, which is a conservative publication, and there was actually a study done by two scientists, a Zoltan Hajinal and a Jeremy Horowitz. Okay, I'll leave a link in the description. But they took a close look at both parties. They looked at their records over a period of time from I think it said 1948 through 2010, I believe. Looking at the different controlled governments over the years since then, over a bunch of different categories. Just looking at their records on improving economic situations for minorities. And the funny thing that they found was that under Democratic presidents, blacks and other minority groups tend to do better. And even white people, they see rising wages, falling poverty, falling unemployment rates. But they tend to lose ground under Republican conservative administrations. So, I found that to be interesting because there's been a lot of talk, especially from the right-wingers and a lot of black right-wingers, just spewing a lot of nonsense, really, because all you have to do is Google search it. The article talks about how under Democratic presidents, black families' incomes grew on average of $895 annually, but grew only by $142 under Republicans. Black unemployment rates fell by a net 7.9% across the 26 years of Democratic leadership. But during those same 28 years, during a different 28 years, I should say, it only went up 13.7 points of Republican presidencies. Okay, so all in all, under Democratic leadership, the black family, minorities, even white people tend to do better. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to try to, overanalyze and second guess the study, but I mean, when you have a big time conservative magazine like The Economist actually admitting this, it's kind of hard to deny the findings in the study. I just find it curious. I don't know what some African Americans can find appealing about Trump, other than the fact that, he is an outsider. Yes, he is a guy who isn't necessarily tainted by Washington D.C., but he is a one percenter. He rubs shoulders with these people. I mean, I have pictures of him with the Clintons at different events and at different golf courses. Okay, this guy, the only black person he's probably spoken to before now was the janitor, maybe at one of his offices. That's if he had black people hired there. So, you African American talking heads on YouTubes and on in the media, you're gonna have to come up with something better than just the Democrats. Look at the ghettos and all that stuff under Democrats. Look at the ghettos under the Republican presidents. We've done worse under Republican conservative governments. So, I mean, the proof is here in the study. Don't argue with me. Argue with the doctors, the scientists who put this study together. I'm going to look into it a little bit more. I'll probably have some other videos following this up. But, I don't understand the appeal that some black people have. I mean, Hillary Clinton, I have my issues with the Clintons also. And, I'm not saying that I have all the answers, but I don't think throwing our vote away to the Republicans is the answer. To you YouTubers, especially you African American YouTubers that, get on YouTube and constantly attack your own people, constantly put down your own people. You buck dance and you just look like a monolithic, typical shine, house Negro, step and fetch it type. It's pathetic, actually, and when you read your comment section, all you see is white people giving them the proverbial pat on the head like you would do a dog, good boy, you're one of the good ones. You're one of the good ones, good boy. And it's pathetic, man. It really is. Stop it. Educate yourself. When you're talking to a guy without any kids out of wedlock, you're talking to a guy who's never been on welfare in his life, you're talking to a guy who grew up in a two-parent home, you're talking to a guy who's been to college, has a degree, has a master's degree, a business owner. Okay, I'm not some ill-informed, brainwashed liberal or anything like that. I don't even really go by those kind of political labels, Republican, conservative, because I don't think those parties have really done anything for the black community at all. Um, you know, but my question really is to these pro-Trump YouTubers. These pro-black monolithic shines who love to get on YouTube and talk down to black people. They love to act and point the finger at black people, at other black people, accusing them of being brainwashed, follow the leader type individuals. Why can't they just be people that are acting in their own self-interest now that we have information that says Democrats actually do more for them than the Republicans do? Okay? And, I always wonder, those black pro-Trump guys, how do you rationalize in your mind that you, David Duke, and white supremacists are going to be voting for the same guy for president? How is that even remotely possible? It seems like a conflict in interest, doesn't it? You and David Duke and neo Nazis and KKK members. I just don't understand it. Somebody explain it to me, please.